What up, bitches? It's the misanthropic one, aka He Who Hungers, and I'm back up in this bitch for another rant/review. Today, I want to talk about this album right here, Jedi Mind Trick's latest album titled The Bridge and the Abyss. Y'all know I'm a huge Jedi Mind Tricks fan. Shout out to Vinny Paz, Stoop, the Enemy of Mankind. These guys, to me, have made timeless music, and talked about them multiple times before, and so I'm not gonna go into their history and all that shit. I'm just gonna jump right into this shit. Very highly anticipated album. Vinny Paz has been extremely busy, you know, in between Heavy Metal Kings. He dropped a was it another solo, the cornerstone of the corner store. He's been working on this. Yeah, let's jump right into it, man. Artwork, I just want to show you guys something. This is the last JMT album, The Thief and the Fallen. I think it's pretty cool how they use the same artist, and it's very comparable. You know, this one looks a bit darker, I guess, because of the blue. This one's more welcoming. Even though, if you know Jedi Mind Tricks, you know about what the fuck Vinny Paz raps about. He's straight gutter individual, you know what I mean? And peep the review I did on The Thief and the Fallen. I think I did a review on that. I'm not sure. Go look for it. I don't know. If I have it, I'll post it down there or whatever. But here's the inside. Okay. Take the CD out. Looks like a bunch of like a tribe of people that look like Skullomania from that one shitty Street Fighter game that came out for, what was that, PS2, I think. And I guess they're crossing the bridge, going over the abyss there. Okay. Let's get the insert out. There's the back of it, essentially the front cover, and production credits and shit is in there. Alright, so production, it's all produced by Stoop, the Enemy of Mankind, and I'll shout out the co-producers on here. Shout out to my homie C Lance. I haven't talked to you in a while. I hope everything's going good with you. Shout out to your wife, and much love to you, C Lance. I knew you had to be part of this, especially with track 2, which is one of the singles, San La Muerte, that has your sound all over it. Okay. Aaron Hiltz is another co-producer on a couple tracks, and Scott Stallone. All right. Features on this bitch. You got Yes Alexander, who appears a couple times, and Yes Alexander is no stranger to Vinny Paz. Vinny Paz loves working with Yes Alexander. Same thing with Eman. Shout out to my man Eman, who's right over there in Staten Island. Well, I don't know if he moved, but that's where he hailed from. And again, he's no stranger to working with Vinny Paz. Thea Alana is another one. He kept this basically in-house. Czarface is on here. Shout out to my homie Esoteric. And got I guess a posthumous verse from Sean Price. Rest in peace, Sean Price. Okay. So yeah, let's just jump right into this. Pros and cons. Pros. I'm kind of biased. I'm a big fan of Jedi Mind Tricks. So you know, I go into this already knowing I'm gonna like this shit. And yeah, I loved the singles that came out. San La Muerte. There's an actual video for that. What was the other one that came out? Marciano's Reign is a single, and I like the concept behind that. Well, first of all, visually, if you look at the video, it's kind of freaky to see Vinny Paz like animated like that. It kind of freaked me out, but overall, the sound of that track very different from Jedi Mind Tricks that, you know, all of us are used to. It has like a weird medieval, I guess, type beat, and I actually like it. I like what the song's about. Like, he's talking about the different purposes of rain. It sounds kind of cheesy with me saying it, but it's dope, especially in the first verse. I like, he's talking about how rain is really God's tears, how it cleanses us and all that shit. Definitely like that shit. One of my favorite tracks on here is What She Left Behind. When I first heard that track, at first I didn't like it, What She Left Behind. I didn't like it because it seemed too off. You know what I mean? But then the more I listened to it, the more I took my hip hop listening ears on and actually really listened to it. And I think it's probably one of the deepest tracks Vinny Paz has ever made. It's basically about a fucked up abusive stepfather that is just sick of the bullshit, sick of the son that he kind of took on the responsibility of bringing up. Almost dropped this shit. And he's sick of him acting fucking slow. Sick of the daughter or stepdaughter dressing like a slut. It's crazy shit. And I kind of laughed when I listened to that track because he said, what was the line? Fuck. Basically, he said the line about him raising his voice, but Vinny Paz is a loud motherfucker as it is. So I just laughed when I heard that track. I mean that line. So definitely love it though. Check that shit out. It's comparable to like a razor blade salvation, that Vinny has put out previously, because that's a track that a lot of people say is one of his more heartfelt tracks. What else do we got? What else do I want to talk about here? Making a Killing, which is basically the last track before the outro or interlude. Making a Killing, that track definitely surprised me. He's talking about preserving animal life, and I went on his Twitter and someone asked, because I was curious about this, someone asked, hey dude, you went vegan or something? And because he's talking about you ingesting animals, what they go through and everything. And Vinny Paz said, nah, Stoop is a vegan. Stoop, the enemy of mankind, is a vegan. So I kind of wrote it for him. So that's pretty cool, and showing their showing his loyalty to him, and basically writing something that maybe internally he doesn't agree with, or he don't live that way, but it's cool to see how he could kind of speak for him through music. You know what I mean? I think that was pretty cool. Certified Dope. was one of the audio singles that he put out. Great track. Definitely shows his comfortability, Vinny Paz's comfortability with rapping at a fast rate. As a matter of fact, he does that also on God Forsaken, where he's rapping fast. He's being real comfortable jumping into that ring of, I guess, fast flowers, you know what I mean? And yeah, he does a pretty good job of rapping fast on here. So what else? Legacy of the Prophet featuring Sean Price. Great track. Love Sean Price. I kind of, you know, it was just kind of weird because he mentioned Trump on his verse, and I'm like, well, wait a minute, didn't he die before Trump you know, announced that he was running? And then I had to go back and look it up, and it was weird because Trump announced that he was running Republican in June or July. I think it was June 2015, and then Sean Price died in August, so it would make sense, you know. I guess that's something that you know, he was working on, and Vinny said, hey, let me get a fucking verse from you, you know. So I don't know, maybe Vinny could speak for himself, but he did mention Trump, and you know niggas gotta be woke nowadays. So, but it was still a great verse regardless. And yeah, so let me be objective. The only con, I mean, me personally, I like the album. I like the fact that this is kind of extremely different from a lot of the stuff that you may be used to as a average Jedi Mind Trick fan, especially as far as beats, you know. It's not super experimental shit, you know, like Kanye is known, I'm just using this as a comparison, like Kanye is experimental where he'll just like take, like Yeezus was like what, somewhat grimy, electronic, you know, it kind of went outside boom bap. This stays within the realm of boom bap, but the beats are nuts. Like I said, Marciano's Reign was one that yeah, I'd be like, what the fuck? But it grows on you. San La Muerte sounds just like just a hard body Jedi Mind Trick song. Okay, what else on here? Torture Chamber featuring Czarface. That you know, I was gonna say the name of that is so funny because I love the track, but I would say if I was gonna be in a torture chamber listening to that, I would be having a good ass time because I enjoyed that posse cut. Yeah, a lot of this it's like Fresco and Miz. That track has a great soulful feel to it. So overall, you know, I could understand some people kind of being like, nah, I like the more, you know, hard body gutter Jedi Mind Tricks. But yeah, give this a chance, man. I enjoy this. There's been a lot of kind of corny shit coming out. I'm gonna do a video maybe tomorrow explaining one of them. I'm not gonna tarnish my Jedi Mind Tricks review by mentioning them, but thank you Vinny Paz and Stoop for coming together once again and dropping this shit. My rating of it, I would probably give it a solid 8 right now. I'm happy that this came out. Oh, and I want to shout out Tragedy Gaddafi. What the fuck is the name? I just saw it on Twitter. They announced a group that they're doing together. I believe it's called Camouflage Regime. I just saw it maybe an hour ago. I want to make sure. Hold on, because I don't want to give the wrong info out. Yeah, it's called Camouflage Regime. Yeah, like I said, yeah, Camouflage Regime. I look forward to that. Like I said, Vinny Paz getting mad busy. Shout out to Paz. Shout out to Stoop. That's it. Everybody else, y'all know the deal. Leave your love, leave your hate. Most of all, subscribe, like, share, comment. Definitely share my video. Tweet this to Paz. Support dope shit. And that's it. Peace, bitches.